NFL careers can end in a single season. But sometimes, the fall has nothing to do with football. Darron Lee was once a first-round draft pick, a Super Bowl champion, a rising name in the league. Today, he's facing additional charges of tampering with evidence and has been convicted of murdering his girlfriend in East Tennessee. How does a career built on speed, talent, and promise end in a prison sentence and a permanent exit from the NFL? The victim's family says there was abuse behind closed doors. Reports now reveal a history of violence. This isn't just the story of a football career collapsing. It's the story of how everything unraveled. Welcome. If you enjoy this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. The making of Darron Lee began long before the headlines. He is a former American professional football player whose career was built on elite athletic ability, versatility, and early promise at the highest level. Playing linebacker in the NFL, Lee went from being a multi-sport standout to a first-round draft pick after a strong high school career, a championship season at Ohio State, and one of the most impressive athletic performances by a linebacker in recent draft history. During his professional career, he played for the New York Jets, Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, and Las Vegas Raiders. Lee spent his early childhood in Chattanooga, Tennessee, before moving to New Albany, Ohio in 6th grade. At New Albany High School, he quickly became one of the most exciting athletes in the area. He wasn't limited to just one position. Lee played quarterback, wide receiver, safety, and return specialist, impacting games on both offense and defense. His ability to contribute everywhere made him the center of attention for the Eagles throughout his high school years. As a junior, Lee helped New Albany finish with a 9-3 record, reach the regional semifinals, and win an Ohio Capital Conference championship. His senior season was the highlight of his high school career. Focusing mainly on quarterback and defensive back duties, he led the Eagles to an 11-3 record, a perfect 7-0 conference run, a regional title, and a Division II state Final Four appearance. That year, Lee produced more than 1,700 yards of total offense, scored 21 touchdowns, and recorded 5 interceptions. His all-around performance earned him first-team Associated Press Division II All-State honors. Lee also stood out in track and field, which added to his reputation as a fast and explosive athlete. He competed in both indoor and outdoor events. Indoors, he ran a personal best 7.23 seconds in the 60-meter dash and cleared 5 feet 10 inches in the high jump. Outdoors, he won a district title in the 200 meters with a time of 22.21 seconds. He was part of a gold medal-winning 4x400 relay team and later helped a 4x100 relay team post a season-best 43.52 seconds, finishing third at a major invitational. In 2013, he ran a personal best 11.06 seconds in the 100 meters, placing third at the Central District Division III meet. His track results clearly showed the speed and burst that later defined his football career. Recruiting services took notice. Rivals.com rated him as a 3-star prospect, while Scout.com gave him 4-star status and ranked him among the top safeties in the country. ESPN listed him as one of the top overall players in Ohio. On May 26, 2013, Lee committed to Ohio State University, joining a program known for developing top defensive talent. Lee began his college career in 2013, appearing in 2 games as a true freshman before suffering an injury that led to a medical redshirt. Before the 2014 season, he made an important move from safety to linebacker. That position change unlocked his full physical ability and set him up for a major role. He became a starter and quickly turned into a key piece of an Ohio State defense built to compete for a title. His most memorable college moment came during Ohio State's postseason run. In the 2015 Sugar Bowl, he recorded 7 tackles and 2 sacks and was named Defensive MVP. That performance strengthened his reputation as a top NFL prospect and showed he could make a difference on the biggest stage. After the 2015 season, Lee declared for the NFL draft, giving up his remaining college eligibility. During the pre-draft process, he was widely expected to be selected in the first round. At the NFL Scouting Combine, Lee delivered one of the most impressive showings by a linebacker in recent years. He finished first at his position in the 40-yard dash and broad jump, third in the short shuttle, and fifth in the vertical jump. His 4.43-second 40-yard dash was the fastest time recorded by a linebacker in 9 years and was quicker than several skill position players. His 11-foot-1 broad jump ranked among the best ever posted at the position since official records began. Lee chose not to repeat the drills at Ohio State's Pro Day, taking part only in position work and standing on his combine numbers. He completed pre-draft visits with multiple teams and finished the evaluation process ranked as one of the top linebacker prospects by several scouting outlets and analysts. The New York Jets selected Darron Lee with the 20th overall pick in the first round of the 2016 NFL Draft, making him the second linebacker chosen that year. He signed a 4-year contract worth more than $10 million, including a strong guaranteed portion. Entering his rookie season, Lee competed for a starting job and quickly earned significant playing time. He appeared in 13 games, started 9, and recorded 73 total tackles, 3 pass deflections, and 1 sack. In 2017, Lee stepped into a full-time starting role and led the Jets linebackers in production. He finished with 94 total tackles, 3 sacks, and several pass deflections while starting 15 games. In 2018, he began the season with one of the strongest stretches of his career, recording 2 interceptions, 3 pass breakups, and his first defensive touchdown in a season-opening win. After the Jets declined his 5th-year option, Lee was traded to the Kansas City Chiefs in 2019. He became part of a Super Bowl championship roster, earning a ring and adding another milestone to his career. In the years that followed, he spent time with the Buffalo Bills and Las Vegas Raiders, continuing his professional journey with multiple teams. However, what took place in 2026 brought his NFL career to a sudden and permanent end. On the afternoon of February 5, 2026, a quiet residential street in Ottawa, Tennessee turned into the center of a major criminal investigation after a woman was found dead inside a home on Snow Cone Way. What first appeared to be a medical emergency quickly became a homicide case, drawing national attention because of the suspect's identity, Darron Lee. Investigators arrested Lee near Chattanooga. According to the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, deputies were dispatched to the home around 1:34 p.m. after receiving a report that CPR was in progress. First responders, along with members of the Tri-Community Volunteer Fire Department, arrived to find the woman unconscious on a couch. Despite attempts to save her, she was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators reported that the woman had blackened eyes, bruises on her head and arms, and a stab wound to the abdomen. At first, authorities did not release her name while notifying family members. Officials quickly determined the death was suspicious. Court documents and an affidavit obtained by local media described serious physical injuries that did not match an accidental fall. The report mentioned a suspected stab wound, heavy blunt force trauma, and injuries across several parts of the body. Deputies also found blood in multiple rooms, broken glass, and signs that parts of the scene had been cleaned. The amount and placement of the blood did not match Lee's statement that the woman had slipped in the shower. Investigators also noted there were no signs of forced entry, suggesting the incident involved people already inside the home. Alcohol, narcotics, and a firearm were found in the residence, adding further concerns for detectives examining the case. Lee, who was 31 years old at the time, was present at the home when deputies arrived. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office confirmed that Darron Lee was immediately identified as the main suspect and taken into custody at the scene. Jail records later showed that he was being held without bond. Deputies reported visible injuries on Lee's face, hands, and chest that appeared consistent with a physical struggle. Blood was also found inside the case of his cell phone. Investigators collected his phone and clothing as evidence. Lee chose not to speak with law enforcement. As the investigation continued, Lee was formally charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. Authorities stated that more charges could be added depending on forensic results and the autopsy findings. The sheriff's office confirmed that the case remains active, with detectives continuing to review evidence and speak with witnesses. In the days after the arrest, the victim was publicly identified. Her family confirmed that the woman found dead inside the Ottawa home was Gabriella Carvalho Perpetual. Investigators stated that Perpetual was Lee's girlfriend at the time of her death. While officials have not released the full cause of death, they confirmed the case is being treated as a homicide. Perpetual's family released a statement asking for privacy as they grieve. They thanked law enforcement, the media, friends, and the community for their support and condolences. The family said a more detailed statement would come later and stressed their commitment to seeking truth and accountability. Court records show that Lee was formally charged after Perpetual's body was discovered and remains in custody as the legal process moves forward. As of the latest update, authorities have not announced his next court appearance. The arrest shocked both the local community and the sports world. Lee had once been known for his success on the football field, including his college career at Ohio State and being selected in the first round of the 2016 NFL Draft by the New York Jets. Over time, he played for several NFL teams, earned a Super Bowl ring with the Kansas City Chiefs, and was once viewed as a long-term defensive piece at the professional level. However, in the years before the Ottawa case, Lee's football career had increasingly been overshadowed by legal trouble. Public records and past arrests showed a pattern of domestic violence allegations, including previous charges, convictions, and court-issued no-contact orders. After his latest arrest, those earlier incidents resurfaced and became part of the broader public discussion surrounding the investigation. A GoFundMe campaign was later created to support Perpetual's family with travel costs, funeral expenses, and legal fees related to her death. The organizer confirmed that she was murdered in Tennessee, leading to strong support from friends, family, and members of the community. The fundraiser described Gabriella as a victim of domestic violence and abuse and stated that she tragically lost her life. It also shared that she was deeply loved and known for her compassion and kindness toward others. A spokesperson for GoFundMe said the company is working to make sure the funds are safely and properly delivered to the intended recipients. While the review process continues, all donated money is being securely held by the company's payment processor. Lee's arrest has had an impact far beyond football. As the case spreads across national news, social media, and NFL-focused programs, it creates challenges for advertisers and media planners. Brands connected to football coverage are careful about where their ads appear, and many avoid placing their messages next to stories involving violent crime or sensitive developments. Even though Lee is no longer officially connected to the league, his name is still trending in football spaces. That kind of attention alone can trigger automated brand safety systems and lead to quick changes in advertising plans. When a criminal case involving a well-known sports figure becomes national news, marketing and ad teams usually act fast. One of the first steps they take is adding keyword exclusions. Content connected to Darron Lee can be flagged so ads do not appear next to breaking news coverage, analysis videos, or reaction-based content. These precautions are not limited to digital platforms. Television and streaming partners can also feel the impact, especially during busy football periods when sports talk shows, highlight segments, and pre-game coverage fill the schedule. If certain sponsors decide to step back, networks may need to shift ad placements. Open slots are often replaced with neutral brand messages, public service-style announcements, or lighter commercials that are less likely to cause concern during sensitive news cycles. Social media usually shows these changes the fastest. Brands may pause or reduce posts connected to football while the story remains active, choosing instead to focus on safer, non-sports content. For sponsors, the main issue is not contracts, since Lee is no longer an active league figure. The real concern is public perception. One poorly placed ad can spread quickly online, leading to criticism, screenshots, and damage to a brand's image that requires immediate response. From an investor and media rights point of view, the focus stays on short-term signals rather than lasting damage. Analysts monitor whether agencies adjust content filters, delay campaigns, or move ad spending away from news-heavy programming. In most situations, the effect does not last long. Still, while the story remains in the spotlight, Darron Lee's name becomes a flagged term in advertising systems, pushing brands to choose caution and protect their image first. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. And before you leave, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Volts and Victory, so you don't miss the next ones.